Tomorrow morning, millions of bank accounts across America will receive Social Security deposits, and for some people, that amount could be as high as $2,400. But here's the part no one explains clearly. If you receive Social Security, what you do not understand about this payment wave could quietly cost you money, not today, but slowly over months and even years, because not everyone gets paid on the same day. Not every deposit means the same thing, and the number you see in your bank account does not always tell the full story. Today, we are going to help you understand exactly what these deposits are, why they arrive when they do, and what that amount really means for you, so you can plan calmly instead of worrying. For more than 10 years, I have helped seniors and families make sense of moments exactly like this. Moments when money shows up, confusion follows, and people wonder, did I miss something? Is this a mistake? Am I supposed to be getting more or less? My goal has always been simple: to make retirement feel clearer, calmer, and safer. No hype, no scare tactics, no complicated financial jargon, just clear, honest guidance, because you deserve to understand every dollar that lands in your account. Let me explain this part clearly and honestly, because this is where many people quietly get confused. When you hear numbers like 2,400, it can easily sound like everyone is about to receive the same large payment. But that simply is not how Social Security works. Not everyone will see $2,400, and if you do not, it does not mean something went wrong or that you were skipped. That number is not a guaranteed bonus, not a special government giveaway, and not an automatic raise being sent to every beneficiary. In reality, amounts like that usually represent a combination of benefits, and those combinations are different for every person based on their individual situation. What many people are actually seeing in higher deposits is a mix of their regular monthly Social Security payment plus adjustments, and sometimes corrections or supplemental programs layered together. These adjustments can build quietly over time, which is why two people can receive deposits that look very different even in the same payment wave. And this is where understanding becomes so important. When you know why your payment looks the way it does, you gain control, you plan more confidently, and most importantly, you do not allow confusion to turn into fear. Instead of reacting to headlines or comparing yourself to others, you stay grounded, knowing that each deposit has a reason behind it. And that clarity puts you in a much stronger position moving forward. Now that you understand why payment amounts can look different, it is important to understand how Social Security payments are actually scheduled. These payments are not random, and they are never sent out arbitrarily. Social Security follows a strict, organized system that has been in place for years. Your payment timing is mainly determined by your birth date, when you first claimed benefits, and in some cases, which programs you qualify for. This is exactly why one person may see a deposit tomorrow, another may see theirs next week, and someone else may have already been paid. None of this means anyone was skipped or favored. It is simply how the system is designed to function smoothly for millions of people at the same time. This is also why Social Security should never be thought of as just a check. It is a layered system built from several moving parts that come together in your final deposit. At the foundation is your base benefit, which is then shaped over time by cost of living adjustments, possible corrections, and in some cases, supplemental programs. When money arrives, especially if the amount looks higher or different than usual, there is almost always a clear logical explanation behind it. And once you understand that structure, payments stop feeling unpredictable. Instead of reacting with worry, you begin to recognize patterns, understand timing, and approach each deposit with confidence rather than concern. Now that the structure behind Social Security payments is clearer, let us talk about one of the most misunderstood pieces of the system, the payment calendar itself. Social Security does not send money to everyone on the same day, and there is a very practical reason for that. Years ago, when payments were released all at once, it created bank delays, overwhelmed systems, and caused unnecessary stress for seniors who depended on those deposits. To prevent that, payments are now staggered in an orderly schedule designed to keep everything running smoothly and predictably. This schedule is not guesswork. It is carefully organized to make sure millions of people receive their money without disruption. For most beneficiaries, your place on that calendar depends mainly on your birth date. If you were born between the 1st and the 10th, your payment typically arrives on the second Wednesday of the month. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, Your deposit usually comes on the third Wednesday, and if you were born between the 21st and the 31st, your payment is scheduled for the fourth Wednesday. There is also a group of people who began receiving benefits before May of 1997. They are part of what is often called the legacy schedule, and their payment arrives on the third of the month, no matter when their birthday is. This is why hearing that payments are arriving tomorrow does not automatically mean yours is included in that wave. Once you know which week belongs to you, the guessing stops. And when the guessing stops, worry fades. Clarity replaces anxiety, and your income starts to feel reliable instead of uncertain. Now that you know when payments arrive, the next question many people quietly ask is, why does someone else seem to be getting more? When headlines or conversations mention deposits as high as $2,400, it is completely natural to wonder why one person receives a larger amount while another does not. The truth is, Social Security payments are deeply personal. They are built from your individual work history, including your highest earning years, the age at which you claimed benefits, and whether you claimed early, at full retirement age, or delayed. Some people receive higher monthly checks simply because they worked longer, earned more consistently over time, or waited until as late as age 70, earning what are called delayed retirement credits, which permanently increase their benefit. Others who see larger deposits may be experiencing the effect of many years of cost of living adjustments layered together. Or they may be receiving corrections if past earnings were misreported or missed. And just as important as understanding why some payments are higher is understanding this. A smaller check does not mean you made a mistake. Many people claimed benefits early because life demanded it. Health challenges, job loss, caregiving responsibilities, or sudden changes that left no easy choices. That is not failure. That is reality. Social Security was designed to support people through real life, not perfect scenarios. Your benefit reflects your journey, your work, and your contributions, and it belongs to you. Comparison only creates doubt, but understanding brings peace and confidence moving forward. Now that you understand why payment amounts can vary from person to person, there is another important layer that often explains why a deposit suddenly looks larger or smaller than expected. Some seniors receive Social Security retirement benefits and also qualify for a separate program called Supplemental Security Income, or SSI. These are two different programs calculated differently and sometimes paid on different schedules. In certain months, those payments may arrive very close together or even on the same day, which can make it look like one unusually large deposit. This often leads people to wonder whether they received a bonus or a temporary increase. In most cases, nothing unusual is happening at all. It is simply the calendar and two separate benefit programs lining up at the same time. On the other hand, some deposits look smaller than expected, and that can be just as confusing. Many seniors do not realize that Medicare Part B premiums are usually deducted before Social Security reaches their bank account. If you also have prescription drug coverage, those premiums may be deducted as well. In addition, depending on your total income, Social Security can be partially taxable. That does not mean your entire check is taxed. It simply means that a portion of your benefit may be included when you file your tax return based on something called combined income. In some cases, taxes are withheld to help prevent a large bill later. When you put all of this together, it becomes clear why a deposit might not match what you expected, and why changes are usually explainable and often fixable once you understand what is happening behind the scenes. There are also times when a deposit looks different because Social Security has corrected a past issue. Over the years, mistakes can happen, missing earnings, reporting errors, or calculation problems that quietly affect someone's benefit. When Social Security reviews those records and finds an error, they correct it and send you the money you were already owed, sometimes covering several months or longer. That is why reviewing your Social Security statement from time to time is so important. And if you ever believe a decision about your benefits is wrong, you have the right to appeal, usually within 60 days of receiving the notice. Many seniors successfully appeal decisions and receive back payments they never realized they were entitled to. You are not powerless in this system. Asking questions, requesting reviews, and standing up for your benefits is not a problem. It is your right. At the heart of everything we have talked about today, I want you to remember one simple but powerful truth. These Social Security payments are not gifts, and they are not charity. They represent decades of work, contribution, and effort that you gave throughout your life. Whether the amount that reaches your account is $1,200, $1,800, $2,400, or somewhere in between, that money belongs to you. And when you understand how the system works, how payments are scheduled, why amounts differ, and what adjustments mean, headlines lose their power, fear begins to fade, and planning becomes much easier. If today's conversation helped you feel even a little more confident or calm about your retirement income, I am truly grateful. And if you believe this information could help another senior feel steadier and more informed, I would be honored if you shared it. Staying connected by liking or subscribing simply helps more seniors protect what they have worked so hard for. For now, take a breath, take care of yourself, and know that you are not alone. I will see you in the next update.
Yeah, grind mode on, can't kill my drive. Turn the pressure up, I come alive. Grind mode on, I don't fold, I don't quit. Hunger in my chest, every beat I commit. Eyes on the prize, no sleep till it's won. World in my hands when the grind mode's on. Wake up with a vision, I'm locked on the target. Turn pain into fuel, I'm a flame, I spark it. No shortcuts here, I embrace every test. Pressure on my shoulders, still I handle it best. I was made for the climb, every loss, every scar. Built me in the steel, now I shine like a star. If the road gets rough, I just double my speed. Ambition on 10, I was born to lead. Grind mode on, I don't fold, I don't quit. Hunger in my chest, every beat I commit. Eyes on the prize, no sleep till it's won. World in my hands when the grind mode's on. They said limits exist, but I shattered the frame. Every wall in my path is just fuel for the frame. Discipline heavy, but my spirit is free. I don't chase success, success chases me. I'm the storm and the calm, I'm the rise, I'm the proof. Every bar that I drop is the grind in the booth. Blood, sweat, tears, that's the code I trust. I don't wait for the crown, I earn it, I must.